What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Passive Income with ATMs, and of course, my YouTube, my Twitch, and for everyone else watching on all of my social medias. First and foremost, guys, I want to go ahead and thank everyone that has tuned into the live so far and has been continuing to tune into every single live. I do appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and trying to learn how to generate some passive income with ATMs. With that being said, guys, I see I have a couple people already in the live. Shout out to my brother Chris Torres. He's in the live right now. For everyone watching, go ahead and comment right now what city and state you are watching from. Go ahead and represent. And of course, I'm gonna go ahead and shout some of you guys out. In the meantime, while the live goes ahead and pops up on more people's pages, go ahead and comment down below. Let me go ahead and shout some of you guys out. And again, guys, as always, I'm going to give the live just a couple seconds, maybe a minute or two, to go ahead and pop up in front of more people's pages. And of course, for Facebook, YouTube, and all of the other social media platforms to push us to the top and make sure that everybody has a chance to tune in. So I am going to give it a couple seconds, if not a minute, so other people can tune in and they don't miss anything. In the meantime, for everyone that is here, guys, I do appreciate it as always, and you guys are in for a treat. I got a couple goodies for you guys, and if you guys do stick along toward the end of this live, I do have a special offer for those of you guys that are ready to start the ATM business literally tonight. So stick along for the end of the live, guys. I do have something special for everyone. And again, guys, is your host Juan Jeronimo, and welcome back to Passive Income with ATMs. All right, guys, shout out to Adrian in H-Town, Texas. Shout out to Texas, guys. I'm currently in Texas myself. My brother Chris, New Jersey. El Paso, Texas. Texas again. Lubbock, Texas. Wow, we got a bunch of Texans in the chat today. Let me see. Everybody on Facebook. So far, Facebook is beating everyone else on YouTube and Twitch. Guys, I do have a YouTube channel. If those of you guys that are watching right now aren't familiar, I do have a YouTube channel where I post a little bit of a different content on there. I post about, a day in the life of an ATM business owner. I also post short videos on there, like in TikTok. I do have a TikTok as well where I post short content for everyone that wants to just, learn something throughout the day while they're driving to work or driving home. If you're just scrolling through TikTok, of course, if you're on the passenger side, you can watch my content on TikTok, on YouTube. I will be posting another video on YouTube of a mobile event that I did and how much my one mobile unit did for that night. So I am working on that video right now. So that way, of course, for those of you guys that aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you guys can head on over there. It is Juan Jeronimo. You guys will find me on YouTube. In the meantime, guys, Friaz watching from Asia. What's up, buddy? How you doing? All right, guys. So far, so good. Everybody is in the chat. For those of you guys excited for the live training tonight, go ahead and comment ATM. Go ahead and comment ATM. Everyone comment ATM if you guys are excited for the live training. Again, guys, whenever I tell you guys to comment, that's just because it helps out with the algorithm, and I do appreciate when you guys interact with me. I do appreciate when you guys comment in my lives. It just helps out with the algorithm. It helps Facebook, YouTube push us to the top. So again, guys, I do appreciate when you guys do comment. But in the meantime, guys, while you guys comment ATM, I see a couple ATMs already in the chat. Shout out to everyone commenting. I'm going to go ahead and give it 30 seconds. And in 30 seconds, guys, I'm going to be back and we're going to start tonight's live, guys. 30 seconds. All right, everybody, welcome back. Let's go ahead and get started with tonight's live training, guys. Thank you all for being patient with me and allowing the live to go ahead and go on for just a second. Like I said, guys, I just want more people to tune in. But welcome to Passive Income with ATM's Facebook group, guys, and everyone else on my other social media platforms. It's your host, Juan Jeronimo, founder of this group, founder of Passive Income with ATMs. And again, guys, I am here to help you guys learn how to start generating passive income with ATMs. So let's go ahead and dive into the live training, guys. First and foremost, guys, I want to go ahead and tell everyone right now that has a credit card or has great credit and or is barely getting started with credit in general, guys. Leverage credit, and we will be talking about this shortly. But leverage credit, guys, and start getting your pen pad and notebook and pen out, because you will have to take some notes and make sure you soak in as much information as possible, guys. But credit, get ready, guys. For those of you guys interested in credit, we will be touching on that in just a second. But in the meantime, for everyone else watching right now, whether you're new or whether you've already been part of the lives but is still interested on the fundamentals on starting the ATM business, let's go ahead and touch on the 4 pillars of the ATM business and how to get started. Number one, guys, you want to go ahead and get started with forming your company for the ATM business. Now, a company is pretty much a limited liability company, or an LLC is what majority of us know it as. Now, a LLC is very important when it comes to the ATM business, because not only can you not run an ATM business without your LLC, but a limited liability company is going to protect you and your personal assets in case you get sued. Let's say, God forbid, someone is walking to the grocery store where your ATM is at, and I don't know where they trip over your ATM, and now they want to sue you because your ATM is placed in somewhere where it's not supposed to. Let's say they have some type of excuse. Well, they can only sue your limited liability company or company LLC, right? They cannot go after you or your personal assets. And that is one of the main reasons why it's very important to have an LLC. So, yes, for everyone asking, is there any requirements to get started with this business? There is. You need an LLC. Now, how do you get an LLC? You can actually obtain an LLC with inkfile.com. You can go with LegalZoom. You can go with your state website. You can even apply for an LLC through an accountant or an attorney. So at the end of the day, it depends on what is easier for you. I would highly recommend going through inkfile.com because it is very easy. It's kind of like showing up to the DMV and filling out an application for an ID or your license. Literally, guys, the same thing. You're signing in with all of your general information, your first, your last name, your address, your business name, so on and so forth. So applying for your LLC is very simple, but you guys have to make sure that you get it in, you apply for this LLC correctly, because whenever it comes to the ATM business, a lot of banks think that you're an MSB, or in other words, money service business. So whenever you apply for your LLC, you have to make sure that you apply the correct way. And I will put the NAICS code down below for the ATM business in just a second. I don't know it at the top of my head. And I definitely don't want to tell you guys a wrong number right now. So I will type that shortly. But you want to make sure that your LLC is the correct LLC for the ATM business. Now, after you form your company, guys, you want to go ahead and set up your EIN, which is your employer identification number. Now, whenever it comes to an EIN, a lot of people, believe it or not, get taken advantage of by a lot of companies or a lot of these accountants or service providers for LLCs and company formations. But you can get your EIN for free. Your EIN, guys, you can obtain for free in the IRS website. Now, whenever you're obtaining your EIN, it's pretty much the same thing as applying for your LLC. General information, first and last name, your company, your address, all that good stuff. Your EIN, in other words, you will get for free. LLCs you do have to pay for. You do have to pay sometimes depending on which service you go with. If you go with your state, you may have to file pay for the state fee and the filing of it. Uh, Giovanni Juarez, yes, that is the NIC. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you for commenting. But for the LLC, guys, and the EIN, you can get it all through one site, such as inkfile.com. But I would highly recommend to get your EIN through an IRS website. And the reason why I say that is because with the IRS website, you can get it for free. With Inkfile, they will charge you a separate fee for that. And again, guys, you can get it for free from the IRS website. So why pay an extra $50, $70 dollars on Inkfile when you can get it for free? So irs.gov. IRS.gov is the site to go to whenever you're going to the IRS website. I know there's a lot of people that unfortunately get on the wrong site and end up getting still charged because they think it's the IRS website. but they're visiting the wrong website. And the last thing you want to do is also get scammed, guys. So make sure you're visiting irs.gov. Now, after you got your EIN and your LLC out of the way, guys, you're pretty much ready to start looking for a business bank account. Now, like I said, guys, in previous videos, previous lives, not every bank works with the ATM business. The banks that you want to go with are small banks and credit unions. Those banks are the ones that you want to target. You do not want to go to Chase, Wells Fargo, or Bank of America. These three big banks right here that I just named are the banks that you do not want to go near, because even if they take you in, for example, eventually they will kick you out. And unfortunately, you're going to have to go through the struggle of trying to figure out what other bank to then work with. So avoid the three big banks. Again, guys, Bank of America, Chase, and Wells Fargo. Banks you do want to target: small banks, credit unions, PNC, Comerica, Citibank. Those are the type of banks that you want to target for the ATM business. Now, sometimes, guys, when it comes to the ATM business, you have to switch the roles. I know there's a lot of banks out there nowadays that are asking for location agreements. Now, whenever the banks ask for a location agreement, I would highly recommend you to press pause when it comes to looking for a bank and look for a location instead. Like I said, guys, nowadays banks are asking for location agreements, processing agreements. They're getting a little bit more strict because as of 2021 to 2023, guys, the ATM business has been getting more and more attention, meaning more and more people are starting this business and showing up to the bank trying to open up bank accounts. Now, there are people that are showing up to the bank and trying to open up bank accounts the incorrect way. And then there's people that are showing up to the banks, like all of my students, opening up accounts the correct way with all of the proper documentations, all of the proper when it comes to MSB docs, when it comes to the right pitch, when it comes to the right NAICS code, all of that you have to make sure that you have whenever you walk into the bank. But like I said, guys, some banks require now location agreements. And that's because they've been dealing with a bunch of newcomers that are walking in, trying to open up an account, thinking that they don't need an LLC, or thinking that they can open up an account under vending machines, which that's not the case. You cannot do that. I know there's a lot of gurus out there that say just open up an account with Bank of America and tell them that you're in the vending machine business. Guys, trust me, I've heard a lot of horror stories. I was actually working with Bank of America whenever I started my business. And guess what? 9 months later, they shut me down. They told me, bye, you cannot bank with us anymore. We found out you're in the ATM business. And this was on a Friday, guys. So I had to literally wait the whole weekend to set up a business bank account because, of course, the banks are closed all weekend. So unfortunately, that happened to me and I had to go through those trial and errors. But this is exactly why I've created this group. This is exactly why I've created all of my social media platforms, so I can share with you guys and for you guys to, of course, avoid all of those mistakes. But again, guys, sometimes your banks will ask for agreements. Sometimes your banks will require certain docs. So highly recommend you to call your bank, whichever bank you're looking into, and asking them what are the requirements that they need for you to open up a business bank account for the ATM business. Some banks will tell you up front, we need location agreement, or we need your processing agreement, or we need your LLC, your EIN only. Some banks will tell you and others may not. But highly recommend you guys to at least give it a try and give your banks a call before you actually walk in, waste your time, and possibly even get rejected off the rip whenever walking in to try to open up a business bank account. I tell my students every single day, every single new student that enrolls with my mentorship program, I tell them every day, although I do give them a list of ATM business friendly banks that they get with my mentorship program, I always tell them every bank that you walk into, give them a call first and ask them what are the requirements for an ATM business. Because sometimes some banks may just only require your LLC and your EIN, but other times other banks may ask for a location agreement. I have students right now that have opened up accounts with banks and they never asked what's required. The banker that helped them open up the account allowed them to open up the account and wasn't knowledgeable on the account, but approved it anyways. And then 1 month or a couple weeks later, the bank calls up my student and it's like, hey, we actually need a location agreement. Can you provide that? If you can't provide that, you have 30 days or we'll shut your account down. And guess what, guys? Now the student has to rush and try to figure out which location they can put their ATM inside because they didn't do the proper steps. So always recommend to give every bank a call and ask what are the requirements first. That way you and the bank are on the same page and you don't happen to walk in, set up an account, and then 30 days later you don't have a bank anymore because you don't have the requirements. So always call and always figure it out, guys. At the end of the day, what you don't know, you don't know. So always call and make sure. But step number 3, guys, you are ready for processing. Now, when it comes to the processing for your ATMs, you need a processing company that's a one-stop shop. Now, what do I mean by a one-stop shop? A processing company that can not only help you process and facilitate all of your transactions, but also do all of your ATM purchases as well as internet purchases, right? You want to be able to work with one company. That way, you're not trying to deal with this company here, this company there. And at the end of the day, you're all over the place and you're only slowing the process down. So always work with a one-stop shop. Always work with a company that can help you with everything. Trust me, guys, you're going to save a lot of time and you're going to save a lot of money. You save a lot more money whenever you deal with one-stop shops rather than when dealing with different companies, because you may get the ATMs cheaper here, but guess what? The internet boxes you may get a lot more expensive here, and it ends up even out the price anyway. So deal with one-stop shops, guys. I'm telling you from experience. With a processing company, one thing that you should look for is free processing. I know there's processing companies out there that do free processing, but they may tie you up under a contract. Trust me, guys, like I said, I already have students that have dealt with that. And I'm telling you guys from experience, as always, go with a company that will not only facilitate every single transaction for free, but will also give you the opportunity to facilitate as many ATMs as you can bring into their under their wing. Meaning you can scale your business to 100 ATMs if you'd want, and they're not going to charge you processing fees. Those are the type of processing companies that you want to target. There's a lot of companies out there that will offer free processing, but will tie you up under a contract. Highly recommend you guys to not sign no contract when it comes to processing companies. Because at the end of the day, whenever it comes to these processing companies, sometimes they may offer free processing, but then 6 months or a year later, they're going to hit you with a, hey, our policy change, we have to start charging 10%, 5%, 15% in processing fees so we can facilitate every transaction for your ATM portfolio. Guess what, guys? You're tied under a contract, so now you're stuck in a pickle, right? So always want to go with a free processing company and no contract. And last but not least, guys, prospecting locations when it comes to the ATM business. Location is key. Let me get a little quick drink of my Red Bull, guys. My throat's drying up on me. Sorry. All right. When it comes to prospecting locations, it is very important to look into two different type of locations: high traffic locations and cash driven locations. Now, there are a couple locations here and there that are a little bit of both. There's some locations that are just high traffic, and then there's some locations that are just cash only or cash driven. All three are perfectly fine, guys. But at the end of the day, you as the ATM business owner has to do your due diligence. Sometimes some cash only locations, although they're cash only, and your ATM will benefit them, because when people walk in with credit cards or debit cards and don't have cash, they're going to use your ATM. But if you're dealing with a cash only location that doesn't do traffic or doesn't have any foot traffic daily, weekly, it could potentially be a bad location. Now, the great thing about the ATM business, if a location doesn't work out, you can always relocate it. That's one of my favorite things about this business, is that it's a very it's a floating asset. The ATM is a floating asset, meaning you can place it at a barber shop, for example. I'm actually installing an ATM at a barber shop tomorrow. So I'm going to put the ATM there and monitor it for the next 2 to 3 months. And I'm going to see how the ATM does. Usually, if the ATM does well, it does my minimum transactions, my average transactions, then I would leave it there. And I would work a relationship with the business owner, because at the end of the day, business owners know other business owners and they might refer you another location. And now you're building a relationship. Now you're networking. But let's say your ATM doesn't perform good. Let's say it does below your average or below your minimum requirement. Then you're going to have to look into moving it to another location. Now, the great thing about this business, guys, like I said, you're able to do that when it comes to the ATM business. You can relocate your ATM if it doesn't perform right, and that is in your contract between you and the business owner. So, as an ATM business owner, you have to have some type of agreement before you go install that ATM, because you and the business owner want to be on the same page, guys. Literally on the same page. I actually have my contract agreement right here in my clipboard. I'm not going to show you guys my contract just because it's confidential, but this contract agreement is what's going to make or break a deal, and it's going to save you and your ATM. In other words, your asset. This is the contract that you're going to use that will state if the ATM does not perform your minimum requirement in the time period that you gave the business owner, then you have the right to pull that ATM out anytime that you want. So it is very important to have a great contract agreement. And how do you get a contract agreement, guys? You need to contact an attorney, or you need to get a reputable contract from a great mentor that you've already invested in. Every single one of my students gets my one-page agreement contract. Now, the reason why they do that is because they are investing into my program. They are investing into me. So it is my job to help them get the best of the best, right? Whenever you invest into me, that's what you do. You get the best of the best. So my personal contract agreement that I currently use, like the one that I made the barbershop sign that I will be installing tomorrow, my students use the exact same contract. Now, it is very important, guys, to have a contract, because at the end of the day, with the ATM business, guys, at the end of the day, it depends on you. It depends on the ATM business owner. You don't always have to have a contract. You could always do a handshake agreement and avoid paying a couple $100s for a contract agreement. But at the end of the day, it's not recommended. It's all up to you as a business owner. I know current ATM owners that don't sign contracts. It's just a handshake agreement, but it's a little bit of a risk, because anytime the business owner can tell you, hey, this is my ATM. You can't come into my ATM. Trespassing, restraining order on you, and now your ATM stuck inside of the business and you can't step a foot in there. So there's things here and there that you can, risk when it comes to no contract, no physical contracts, and doing handshake agreements. But then again, at the end of the day, it's your business. It's all up to you. If you want to work with a business owner that doesn't want to sign a contract and you feel like you can trust them with a simple handshake agreement, then by all means do that. At the end of the day, it's your business. It is your risk that you're taking, but not recommended. Always recommend having a contract agreement. But again, if you don't want to spend the money at first, you want to do simple handshake agreements, you can definitely do that. But guys, those are the 4 fundamentals on starting the ATM business. Let's go ahead and give you guys a quick rundown. First and foremost, guys, you want to go ahead and set up your company. You want to form your company. After you form your company, you want to go ahead and set up your business bank account. After you set up the business bank account, you're ready to start prospecting locations. And then last but not least, guys, location. Now, right now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys 30 seconds, and we're going to move into a Q&A. So anybody that has any questions about the ATM business, about my current ATM business portfolio, feel free to comment down below all of your questions. I will start reading them, and again, shouting every single one of you guys out for commenting. Again, guys, I appreciate when you guys comment. It just helps out with the algorithm. So even if you guys don't have any questions, a simple thumbs up emoji in the comments, or a simple let's go, or a simple ATM will definitely be appreciated, guys, as it helps out with the algorithm. But guys, give me 1 second. Like I said in the beginning of this live, guys, I do have a special offer for everyone watching live right now, and even those watching the replay. Guys, if you're watching the replay, comment replay right now, because at the end of the day, I'm always in the comments keeping up with every single comment, even after this live post, guys. And this is live. So for anyone asking any questions right now, I will answer these questions live for you guys. So anyone watching the replay, comment replay. And for anyone watching live, I see I have a couple people in here right now. Comment live right now, LIVE. Go ahead and comment live. Give me 30 seconds, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and come back and answer all of your guys' questions. 30 seconds. right, guys. All right. I got my first question right here. I'm about to pop it up on the screen right now. So I got a couple questions. One of my questions is, can someone can someone please type the site he mentioned to get the LLC? Julian, I believe it's your name. Julian, type that. Go to inkfile.com, brother. I'll go ahead and comment and reply right now to your question. Inkfile.com is the website that you want to visit to apply for your LLC. Inkfile.com. Inkfile.com, the reason why it's actually my favorite website to apply for an LLC, it's because you're only paying the state fee with them. If you get their lowest package, which I believe is like their silver package, it's perfectly fine to get the silver package and avoid every other fee, because at the end of the day, guys, the the state fee is the only fee that you should be looking at and you should be worried about. Every LLC member, every LLC applicant will have to pay a state fee, and it depends on the state. For example, I'm currently in Texas. My state fee is looking like 200 and something bucks. Other states could be cheaper and other states could be more expensive. All right, let's go ahead and look at another comment right now. Um, so I got a comment right here. How do I get a contract template? So, like I mentioned earlier, guys, a contract is very important when it comes to the ATM business, and it's highly recommended to go through an attorney to get a contract agreement, because when it comes to the contract agreement, it has to be enforceable in case you have to use that and take someone to court, like your current merchant, right? At the end of the day, you want to hope not to get to that point, because it's a bunch of time, it's a bunch of money involved into that. But you still want a contract agreement that's enforceable in case you do have to enforce it, right? So you want to go ahead and get one from an attorney. Typically, they charge you about 3, 4, 500 bucks for one, all the way up to $1,000 to $2,000. I currently paid $1,000 for my contract agreement, guys. And like I said, every single student part of my mentorship program already gets my contract included, because at the end of the day, once you invest in me, you're locked in with my team for life, guys. So that's the answer for that question. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions so far? Any other questions? All right, guys, and I don't have any more questions right now. So in the meantime, while some people get some questions in the comments down below, let me go ahead and give you guys the special offer that I got for you guys. I know some of you guys have been sticking along toward the end of the live for the special offer. So here it is. Now, with the special offer that I got for tonight, it is limited spots only, guys. I only have 5 spots available. 5 spots, guys. 5 spots for the month of February, and probably the month of February, because I won't be having this special offer anytime soon. So for those of you guys watching right now, if you're interested in these 5 spots that I have available, here it goes. First and foremost, guys, it is a special offer for my mentorship program. With my mentorship program, everything that you get, I will list right now, and I will give you guys a quick explanation. But the special offer is you will get $750 off for 5 spots only, guys. It's only available for 5 spots. So for those of you guys that are looking to start with my mentorship program and you want to save yourself $750, here's what you will get with my elite package. And this is for my elite package only. My elite package, you will receive an online step-by-step course. With the online step-by-step course, guys, is a course that you will have lifetime access to, and you will be able to log in and watch every single video step-by-step on how to start the ATM business. The step-by-step course consists of me applying for an LLC on video, me obtaining an EIN on video, me installing the ATM, filling it up with cash, putting in receipt paper, literally, guys, all 9 yards. I talk about everything. You will be an ATM expert by the time you're done with my course. After you get that online step-by-step course, guys, you're also going to have access to a clients-only Facebook group. Only my students are part of this clients-only Facebook group. This is where I will be notifying everybody about the ATM industry, about the course, whether there's any new videos, there's any new updates on the business, whatever the case may be, any discounts, anything, I will be excuse me, I will be notifying all of my students in the clients-only Facebook group. Now, after the clients only Facebook group, guys, here's the special offer that you also get with my elite package. You get one brand new ATM included. Now, I don't know if you guys have been seeing me in my social medias, like my pictures or videos, but the ATM that I am working with, it's a Hyosung Halo 2. Right now, this ATM is the best ATM in the game, and this ATM right here, you will get included with my elite package. This ATM, like I said, is the best of the game. It's a one cassette ATM. It holds up to 1,000 notes, meaning if you're putting in 20s, it holds up to $20,000. So that's more than enough for any ATM business owner. You do get it one included, like I said, and you do get a 2-year warranty from the manufacturer, which is Hyosung. After the ATM, you do get one brand new internet box included. The internet box pretty much, it's a small box, and I wish I had one right here with me, which I don't. But this box right here is only for your ATM. So this box, you connect it to your ATM, and it allows your ATM to communicate with the network, which is your processor. This box right here, it's running from a cellular antenna, just like your cell phone. So that is the reason why the internet bill is only $6.99, which is the only recurring cost that you will have to cover for this program, which is the $6.99 on the internet box. But you do get the first box included, the first internet modem, and the first ATM. After the ATM and cell box, guys, you will get one contract agreement, which is the contract agreement that I stated earlier, guys. The contract agreement that I paid $1,000 for, and the contract agreement that is one page long and literally is enforceable to the T. So you don't have to worry about contacting an attorney. You don't have to worry about getting a contract anywhere else, because I will provide that contract agreement for you whenever you enroll with my mentorship package. Also, after the contract agreement, you will get tons of other PDFs, such as the list of banks, ATM business friendly banks. That way, not only do you save time, but you don't have to go out and try to figure out which bank works with the ATM business. You simply go down that list of banks, you see which bank is nearest to you, and you just go and open up that bank account. Now, aside from the list of banks, guys, you will get tons of other PDFs like sales scripts. You're going to get brochures. You're going to get qualification questionnaires. You're going to get all kinds of PDFs for you to benefit whenever you start the ATM business. Aside from these things, guys, you will also get one-on-one unlimited mentorship calls with me. That's right, guys. You will all have my personal contact information, and you will be able to reach out to me anytime that you need any help, anytime that you need an opinion, anytime that you need help troubleshooting, anything, guys. You will get unlimited calls with me. That's right, guys. Juan Jeronimo. You will be having anything, any calls with me. I'll be able to help you out. I'm not the type to send you to tech support. I'm not the type to be like, oh, you have a question? Call Hyos on tech support, or call Switch Commerce tech support. I will be able to help you out, because at the end of the day, guys, if I can help you solve a problem in the next couple seconds, why should I send you to tech support and have to wait a couple minutes on the phone for a tech to pick up, and then still have to troubleshoot your ATM, when I'm sure I have already gone through the problem or the question or the concern that you're going through? So why can't I just answer the quick text or answer the quick call, right? So this is one thing um, that I take very serious when it comes to my mentorship program, and that is being there for all of my students. And for those of you guys that are new, for those of you guys that aren't in my program, or for those of you guys new to my group, go ahead and go to the guide section. After this, go to the guide section and go to my student success stories. And I want you to message all of my students that I post on there, all of my student success stories, and ask them for yourself if what I'm saying is true, if I'm there, if they have my contact information, if I help them with one-on-one calls. Ask them for yourselves if you guys are concerned about that. But you do get one-on-one unlimited mentorship. I will also get you my processing team on board, meaning once you're ready to go ahead and put your ATM on location, you're going to be able to work with my processing team, meaning you get free processing, unlimited processing, and we don't tie you up under no contract. So you will get the best of the best when it comes to processing. And of course, you will get free shipping and the lowest rates on all ATMs from here on out once you enroll with my program, which is the ATM plug. So for those of you guys now tuning in, I see that I'm getting more people tuning in. I just gave a quick rundown on my mentorship program. Like I said, guys, I do have 5 spots available only. at a special offer of $750 off. For those of you guys that are interested, go ahead and comment plug right now. That's PLUG. Go ahead and comment plug if you're interested in my mentorship program. We'll go ahead and set up a 10 to 15-minute informational call after this live, and we'll go ahead and get you started. We'll go ahead and see what it is that is a great fit for you, if we are even a great fit for you, what it is that you need to get started, and ultimately, if we're a great fit for you, we'll go ahead and get you started with the ATM plug and get you enrolled as soon as possible to take advantage of that $750 discount. But with that being said, guys, quick rundown. You get an online step-by-step course, lifetime access. There's no monthly recurring fees. There's no limited time only on the course. You will have lifetime access to this course, guys. Meaning it doesn't matter 5 years from now if the ATM business grows and there's more information. You will have all of that information already because you are part of my team. You're also going to get one brand new ATM included. You're also going to get one brand new internet modem included. The only thing you have to cover is the $6.99 for the monthly fee of your internet modem. But you also will get the location agreement included, meaning you don't have to hire an attorney to create one for you because I will automatically provide that for you. I will provide you sales scripts, brochures, all kinds of PDFs, qualification questionnaires for you to start your ATM business. And I will also provide free processing for every single one of your ATMs from here on out. So it doesn't matter, guys, if you scale to 100 ATMs. We're going to continue to process all of your ATMs for free without charging you a single penny. Last but not least, guys, you will get unlimited one-on-one mentorship calls, meaning you will be able to reach out to me anytime that you want, and we'll be able to set up a call, set up a Zoom, and take care of whatever questions or concerns you have on the ATM business. Because at the end of the day, guys, like I said, if you invest in me, I will give you the best of the best for you to be able to start generating passive income with the ATM business. With that being said, guys, I do have a couple more minutes for everyone that is tuned in. So if you guys have any more questions, comment them down below. And again, guys, if you are interested in my mentorship program, go ahead and comment plug. That's PLUG. Go ahead and comment plug right now, guys, if you're interested in my mentorship program. And we'll go ahead and set up a 10 to 15-minute informational call. See what it is that you need. See if we are a great fit for you. And if we are, we'll go ahead and get you started as soon as possible. But any more questions, guys? Any more questions? I'm going to go ahead and give you guys 30 seconds real quick to go ahead and think of your last questions. I do have a couple more minutes, so I will stick along for a little longer. For all of you guys that are here, if you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below, and I'll go ahead and get them answered for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Any more questions? Take advantage. You can use those savings to put into starting your ATM business. Exactly. Just exactly what Angel Lara said, guys. Angel Lara, you're on point with that one. If you guys have any money sitting in your savings account or your checkings account, literally making you no money, highly recommend, not even if you don't want, you don't even have to start the ATM business, guys. But one thing I do encourage you to do is to learn a skill and invest it into assets, invest it into cash flowing assets that are going to generate you passive income for however long you're here, right? At the end of the day, guys, once you start investing into those assets, once you start setting yourself up for success, you're going to get closer and closer to financial freedom. Guys, the ATM business is not a get rich quick scheme. The ATM business is not going to make you millions in a matter of months or a year or two, right? It's a matter of investing into assets to getting you closer to financial freedom. Being financially free doesn't mean that you have to be rich. Being financially free just simply means that your liabilities, your cost of living is getting paid for by your assets. Meaning if you take a day off or 2 days or 3 days or even a week off of work, you're going to be fine because your assets are going to be covering your cost of living. Your assets are going to be paying for that car. It's going to be paying for your rent. It's going to be paying for your car note or your phone bill, your Wi-Fi bill, your meals for the month. Your assets are going to cover that. So being financially free, guys, doesn't mean that you're making millions. It doesn't mean you're making thousands and thousands of dollars a week or a month. It just simply means your cost of living is taken care of by your assets. That's why it's important to invest in assets, because although you got one or two ATMs and you're not financially free yet, those 2 3 assets that you currently have are helping to further your income or increase your income to then further invest into more assets. That's how I started with my ATM business, guys. When I started my ATM business 3 years ago, I didn't start off making thousands of dollars a month. I was only making $250 from my first ATM. $250, guys. I wasn't making 1,000. I wasn't making $500 for my first ATM. I was making $250. And guess what? That was $250 that I did not have to work for. That was $250 that I didn't have to wake up at 6 a.m. and clock out at 3 p.m. every day. If anything, I only worked for 5 minutes to drive to the location and fill it up and then come back home and continue to do my day by day and make $250 at the end of the month. Guys, it's all about taking a step at a time, one step at a time. Everyone has everyone works at their own pace. Success doesn't come overnight, guys. One thing I recommend is don't compare your success with anyone else's. Don't compare your situation with anyone else's, because if you're too busy focusing on other people's situations, you're never going to succeed with yours. You're going to only slow yourself down. Tunnel vision to your goals. Set up literally a pin pad, write down all of your goals and start knocking those goals out, whether it's for the week, whether it's for the month, and just tunnel vision toward those goals, guys. Practice that discipline, practice that consistency. And trust me, guys, once you install that first ATM, or once you place your first vending machine, or once you place your first rental on Turo, for example, you're going to start to see that passive income. You're going to start to see that monthly commission, that weekly, daily commissions coming into your bank account. And guess what, guys? It's going to feel amazing. It's only going to motivate you to work for more and to get that second ATM out there, to get that second vending machine, to get your second car on Turo. That's how it all starts, guys. At the end of the day, the passive income with ATMs, it's a vehicle to help you not only get to financial freedom, but even invest into more opportunity, guys. That's exactly how it started with me. I started with one ATM. I was making $250 a month. Thankfully for me, I was able to save up a lot of money while I was at my 9 to 5, to the point where whenever my second opportunity came to install a second machine, I was able to purchase my second machine. I purchased my second machine and I started making $300 a month from that one. Now I'm making a total of $550 a month. $550 a month. I'm no mathematician, guys, but $550 a month times 12 months, that's $6,600 in 1 year that I generated in passive income from two ATMs. Just two, guys. Two ATMs. And each ATM cost me $2,700. $2,700, guys. So my return on investment in the first year was 102.35%. I'm no mathematician, guys. Sorry for my math, but my return on investment was 100%, meaning I made my money back in just 1 year. So that is the power of investing into assets like the ATM business. Now, not every single asset will return your investment in 1 year or less than a year. But guess what, guys? At the end of the day, it's a work in progress. At the end of the day, as long as you have a cash flowing asset generating you cash flow, you can then leverage that to get you closer to financial freedom, or even invest into more opportunity, guys. At the end of the day, it's just a vehicle to get you to your next step, to the next goal. That's how it started with me, guys. My next goal is real estate. So far, so good with the ATM business. My ATM business has generated me a decent amount to get me to financial freedom. Now I'm looking into real estate. That's what I'm going to be doing soon. So for those of you guys interested in getting started with a cash flowing asset like the ATMs, highly recommended, guys, because boring assets like this boring assets like the ATMs, like the vending machines, car rentals. Those assets right there are very good when it comes to aspiring entrepreneurs like yourselves right now watching. So highly recommend learn a skill. And this is exactly why you guys are here. You're trying to learn how to generate passive income with the ATMs. Learn a skill. Once you feel comfortable with the skill that you've learned or you're learning, invest in yourself. Invest into a mentor. Invest into a course or a program. And once you invest in yourself, you're going to start to learn a lot more in depth about this business. Once you are ready to finally invest into the actual asset like the ATM, boom, it's a matter of putting the ATM on location, placing it in the actual barbershop, bazaar, whatever location it's going to, and generating passive income, guys. It's literally that simple. Is literally that black and white. Boring businesses are sometimes a little bit underrated, but guess what, guys? They're great. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions that you guys have? Feel free to comment them down right now in the comments, guys. I got a couple minutes with you guys, so if anyone has any questions, feel free to comment them down below right now. How do you guys like the background? You like the background? I was using a green screen for a long time because my studio was kind of getting worked on. I was setting it up, moving desks and all that good stuff around. But now I finally got my studio. I got my 3 monitors right here in front of me, so I can see my chat on this side. I can see my Facebook and everything else on this side. Um, so how do you guys like it? Any more questions, those guys? Guys, real quick, let's also talk about OPM. I know I brought that up in the beginning of the live. OPM is other people's money. Other people's money is it's very strong when it comes to, and it's very important when it comes to entrepreneurship. Using other people's money, using the bank's money is very important because when it comes to OPM, you get to actually start the ATM business or any other business with $0 of your own cash. It is very important. So for those of you guys that have great credit, I highly recommend you guys to take advantage of your credit. Highly recommend it, guys. It is very important to take advantage of credit because at the end of the day, guys, when it comes to credit, not only are you building your credit, but you're also starting your business with any of your money. Meaning you're not risking your cash, your personal cash to start your business. So if the business doesn't work out, whatever business it is you're doing, guess what? It wasn't your money. You do pay it off in payments and everything like that, but you didn't just invest $6,000 to $8,000 and then it didn't work out, right? So it is very important to use OPM. OPM is other people's money. I do have a credit card that I recommend everyone watching this live right now to look into. And I bring this credit card up in every single live. I bring this credit card up in every single one of my videos. And that's just because this credit card is a great credit card for every aspiring entrepreneur trying to start any business. This credit card right here, you apply for with your business. And more than likely, as long as your credit's good, as long as you're making a decent amount of income, you will get approved for this credit card. And this credit card right here, guys, is the American Express Blue Cash credit card. This credit card right here, guys, will help you not only start your business, but you get 12 to like 12, 13 months of interest free. Meaning you can literally buy an ATM machine with this card, have the ATM machine go on location and pay itself off without you having to pay a single dime in interest. This is why it's very important to leverage credit. This credit card, guys, I applied for this one, which is my ATM business. I applied for, I want to say like 6 months ago. As soon as I applied for this card and I got approved, guess what I did with it? I bought an ATM. That ATM cost me $2,700. I bought the ATM and I placed it at a location. So now I didn't use my own cash. I am using my own cash to fill up the ATM, but I didn't use my cash to purchase that ATM. I placed it at a convenience store, and now that ATM is generating me $500 every single month. Meaning, if I wanted to pay that ATM off in less than the 12 months that I got in interest free, I can do that. or I can continue to make the minimum payments every month and build my credit. Guess what? I'm paying it every single month to help build my credit. But at the end of the day, guys, when it comes to credit cards, the sooner you pay it off, the more you pay, the better credit, the better you help your credit out. So guess what I did? I paid off that $2,700 in a matter of 2 to 3 months. And guess what I did? Since I still had like 9 months of interest free, I bought another ATM. And guess what, guys? When it comes to credit cards, like the American Express credit cards, you get points whenever you do online business or like online sales or purchases. You get points. And those points you can use to not only pay your card off, but you could also use if you fly out a lot. So it is very important to leverage credit, guys. I can't express this enough. You can start a business with just one credit card. You don't have to have any money, but if you have good credit, you can start off any business by having a credit card or even applying for a bank loan. I know there's a lot of you guys watching right now that have relationships with Bank of America, for example, or have relationships with uh, any credit unions. Been banking with them for 5, 10 years. Have good credit. Those banks can easily give you a quick loan of $10,000, $20,000. Guess what you can do with $10,000, $20,000, guys? You can buy up to 5 ATMs if you'd want, and also fill them up with that loan. You are gonna pay interest on that loan because, of course, bank loans you pay interest on it. But guess what, guys? If you place 5 ATMs on location, and those five, like, let's say the minimum, my minimum right now for each location is $250 per ATM. So let's say those 5 locations, and this is if all 5 locations are doing bare minimum. Let's say all 5 of those locations are doing $250. All 5 of those locations are generating you $1,250 every single month. Now, let's say those 5 locations, out of those $1,250 a month, now out of that profit, you can pay that card off every single month. And like I said, guys, you can do the minimum payment, or you can pay up, 500 or $1,000 a month, pay those cards off or that loan off faster. And that means you're paying less interest over the course of that loan. So at the end of the day, guys, using OPM is very, very, very important when it comes to business, when it comes to a growing entrepreneur. So highly recommend you do that, whether it's a bank loan, whether it's a credit card, or whether it's a funding company. Guys, for those of you guys still watching, I do have a funding team available. So if you guys are interested in starting with my mentorship program, I do have a funding team available that can help you fund your ATM business. All you need is a 620 credit score. You need $35,000 in annual income. And if you're a W-2 professional, you need 3 months of employment showing that you're generating $35,000 in a year. Or if you're self-employed, you need 2-year tax returns showing that you're making $35,000 annually. If you meet that requirement, guys, I can help you fund your ATM business and get started with my mentorship program with only a minimum payment of $150 to $250 every single month. So we can help you get started with my mentorship program. Like I said, you do get one ATM included. So let's say you place that ATM on location, guys. Let's say with the funding team that I helped you out with to get started with my mentorship program. And this is a funding team called Easy Consultant out in Beverly Hills that helps me fund all of my students that are interested in funding. If you're interested in funding, like I said, guys, you're looking at a $150 to $250 monthly payment plan, and you do get the first month free. So there is no prepayment penalties either. So if you decide to pay off your uh your loan or your funding in sooner than what it is that you had this loan for, there won't be no penalties. So this is why I teamed up with this funding team. So not only can you start this business by leveraging credit, because they will leverage your credit. So like I said, you do need a 620 credit score. You do need $35,000 in annual income. And if you're a self-employed, you need 2-year tax return. Or if you're employed, you do need 3 months of employment showing that you make 35,000. But like I said, guys, my funding team, they're called Easy Consultant. They're out in Beverly Hills, and they help every single one of my students that is interested in funding. You do have a payment of $150 to $250. And the great thing about this team right here is that they'll help you get funded with my program, and you're able to not pay off the first month without a problem. Place your ATM on location, have that ATM generate you, let's say the bare minimum $250 a month. Guess what, guys? If your payment is $150 every single month that you have to cover, guess what, guys? You're paying that payment off $150 every month, and you're still profiting $100 from that one ATM. And guess what? You didn't use any of your money to purchase that ATM and get it on location, guys. So that is why it's important to leverage funding. So if you guys are interested in funding and you want a little bit more information on the team that I am currently working with and want to see if you can pre-qualify for the funding, go ahead and comment funding right now. Go ahead and comment funding in the chat right now, guys, if you're interested in funding, and I'll go ahead and get you contacted with our team and see if you can pre-qualify for our funding team, guys. Funding is important when it comes to the ATM business or when it comes to any business in general, guys. But anyone else that has any more questions, guys, now is the time to start commenting your questions. Whatever questions you have, whether it's about the ATM business, whether it's about my current portfolio, feel free to comment them down below, as I got a couple more minutes with you guys. Couple more minutes. Julian, you're welcome, brother. So I have a question right here. How do I leverage someone else's money in the case a person wants to do business but may be in a tight financial spot to start? Funding other people's money, like a family member or a friend. If you want to partner up, you can definitely partner up. And if they want to just be an investor in your business and invest, then you could always have them invest into your business and give them a percentage per transaction. That's kind of what I do right now. So I grew my portfolio to the point where I can continue to buy ATMs as if I wanted to. But right now, guys, I grew up in a Mexican household. So my mom, my dad, they both worked all their life. They worked all their life, and they don't know anything about investments. They don't know anything about investments. They don't know anything about assets. So I'm kind of teaching them a little bit about it because I am my first family entrepreneur, I guess you can say. So I'm teaching them a little bit about that. They've been working for many, many years, guys. Ever since I was young, ever since I was born, my dad's been working. So I'm teaching them about assets, about investing their money. And right now, my mom has some cash in the bank, and I told her this money's not making you no money. Why don't you just invest it with me, for example? I can go ahead and purchase a couple ATMs with your cash. I'll fill them up. I'll maintain them. I'll do all of that. And I'll give you a big percentage of this ATM. And now her money is working for her. Now she's understanding what it is when it comes to investing. So believe it or not, guys, there are a lot of people that don't know, a lot of family members, a lot of older generations that don't know about investing. All they know about is saving money and buying a house and letting the house go up in value. And sooner or later, they made some money off the house. That's kind of the mindset that the older generation have. At least my parents. I grew up in a Mexican household. So I have my mom and dad invest their money in ATMs now, and now they're generating passive income. Now they're making money off of their money. Now they're making their money work for them. So it's great to have OPM or other people's money, like your family members or friends or whoever you happen to know with money in the bank but isn't putting it to use. You could always leverage their money to help you start your business. You start bringing them on as an investor. You buy the ATMs with their cash, you fill it up with your cash, y'all do 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, whatever you want. And now you're generating passive income with other people's money. And then you can later start to invest into your own ATMs. And now you can start generating 100% of the profits because you were able to not only make passive income from this investment, this partnership that you've established, but now you can go ahead and start investing into your own assets. You can start buying your own machines and making 100% of the profits. So it's important to use OPM. It's important to leverage funding if you can, because at the end of the day, who doesn't love using other people's money, guys? Like I said, guys, even though I generate five figures every single month from my ATM portfolio, if I have the chance to leverage other people's money, I still do it, because at the end of the day, guys, OPM, I don't have to use any of my money. So it's very important. So I see, Evie, you're interested in funding. Josue, you're interested in funding. I'll definitely reach out to you guys after this live and get you guys started. See if you pre-qualify for funding, and hopefully we can. Right now, like I said, guys, funding, to get you started with funding, all you need is a 620 minimum credit score, personal credit score. You do need $35,000 in annual income, and you need 3 months of employment, or if you're self-employed, you need 2-year tax return. If you guys meet those qualifications, those requirements, then more than likely you will qualify for our funding, and we'll be more than happy to get you started with funding to go ahead and enroll with our mentorship program. Like I said, guys, you do get one ATM already included. You get an internet box included. You get a contract agreement included, one-on-one unlimited mentorship calls with me included, free processing, everything that I listed in my mentorship program earlier, you will get included if you qualify for funding. And like I said, guys, the first month is free. So you don't have to worry about paying for the first month. There's no prepayment penalties. And you are only looking at $150 to $250 minimum payments every single month. So your ATM could be generating $500, $1,000 a month. If you land a gold mine, if you land a great location, guess what? All you have to do is pay $150 to $250 every single month. And now you're not only using OPM, but you're profiting up to $600+ a month. So it's great to leverage funding, guys. It's great. Highly recommended if you guys have the credit. Highly recommended. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions, guys? No questions, guys. I guess no one has any more questions. Well, guys, it was a pleasure to hop on here and help you guys learn how to generate passive income with ATMs. For those of you guys that have any questions, even if this live ends and you have a question after the live, feel free to comment down below. I am still looking at the chat even after this live posts. So if you guys are watching the replay and you have your questions, feel free to comment, replay, comment your questions, as well as everyone that is commenting funding, everyone that's interested in funding. If you're watching the replay, comment funding. I will be looking at the comments, so I will reach out to you as well as if you're interested in my mentorship program. If any of you guys right now have not seven, sorry, $6,000 to $8,000 sitting in your bank account, doing you nothing, making you no money, the ATM business is a great business to invest in. Feel free to reach out to me. Send me a private message if you want. Just send me a message. Let me know, hey, can I get a little bit more information on your mentorship program? But like I said, guys, with $6,000 to $8,000, guys, you can start the ATM business on your own, or you can start with my mentorship program. The great thing about my mentorship program, guys, is that just because you join my mentorship program doesn't mean that the price to get started goes up. It actually stays the same. So if you're looking to start the ATM business, you need $6,000 to $8,000 regardless. If you start on your own or if you start with, my mentorship program. But the great thing about my program is that you're not paying extra to get started with my program. You're still in the ballpark of $6,000 to $8,000. That's one of the differences between my program and other program or courses out there. If you join any other course, if you join any other mentorship, you're looking at $10,000 plus. With my program, you're looking at less than $10,000 to get started with the ATM business. But guess what? Now you have a mentor. Now you have someone like myself in your corner walking you through every step of the way to get started with your ATM business, guys. So that's the great thing about my mentorship program. So if any of you guys right now have $6,000 to $8,000 sitting in your bank account, doing you no good, making you no money, send me a message. Let me know, hey, I'm interested in the ATM business. We'll go ahead and set up a 10 to 15-minute call, get you started, see what it is that you need to get started, see if my mentorship program is even a great fit for you. And if it is, we'll go ahead and get you started. Like I said, guys, I do have 5 spots available only for a $750 discount. So if you guys want to go ahead and take advantage of a $750 discount, highly recommend you guys to send me a message. Let me know that you're interested in my mentorship program. And again, guys, for those of you guys that have $6,000 to $8,000, if you're interested in a $750 discount for my mentorship program, comment plug or send me a private message and let me know that you're interested, and we'll go ahead and set up a call. Anyone else that's interested in funding, like I said, guys, 620 minimum credit score, $35,000 annually, 2-year tax return if you're self-employed, or if you're employed, a 3-month employment. That's all you need to get started with funding. 100 to $200, 150 to $250 minimum payment for our funding team. First month is free, no prepayment penalties. So if you're interested in funding or you're interested in my mentorship program and you have the capital ready to go ahead and send me a message. Message me, hey, I'm interested in funding, or hey, I'm interested in the mentorship program. I want to take advantage of that $750 discount that you got. Like I said, guys, I only have 5 spots available. So if you guys would like to take advantage of that, send me a message or comment plug right now, and I'll reach out to everyone as soon as I get off this live, guys. With that being said, I do appreciate everyone that has tuned into the lives. Thank you guys all for, sticking along with me, interacting with me in the comments. I do appreciate it. But it was a pleasure talking to you guys, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday, same time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, guys. Let's go.